Okay. Okay. I know the title of this video is insane, and I wish I would have recorded the moment. I don't. I can't say that because that's fake. That's fake. I don't wish I recorded because it's always when I'm not recording. This has been throughout my entire life. The best stuff happens. Now, I am not going to lie to you guys. First of all, the title is a lie. I am not the best Dungeons and Dragons player by far, by a long shot. This is actually my first, this is my first game campaign that's like in a video game form. And I cannot tell you, if you guys play Baldur's Gate, there were a little bit of spoilers right here, but not exactly spoilers. So I'm going to just say this. I'm gonna keep it spoiler free. Actually, I'm gonna try my best. But I'm gonna tell y'all this. Baldur's Gate, hold up. Let me show y'all the aftermath of what has happened. Hold on. Just look at this. They're all ready to level up. I used everything I could. I had hold on. So Lazelle, she died. I got her up though, so she survived her death saves. My paladin is oath broken now. Asterion was poisoned. I'm gonna just explain this. Oh, I feel so good. Let me pause the game. Oh my gosh, hold up. Look at the saves. Look at the saves. Oh my goodness, this literally took me. It's so insane. I need to explain this. The feeling of victory, the grin I had after I beat the goblin camp. I cannot kid y'all. This game pulls no punches, at least for me. I'm good at strategizing in strategy games, but I literally was getting my ass handed to me so hard in the beginning of this game that I was actually beginning to question, I was questioning myself was I even really in the D&D? Was I really even understanding the mechanics? I was like, no. Don't let your consciousness start fucking with you now because you're your own worst enemy. This took me 3 days, bro, to work up the courage because I was fighting, just feeling like I didn't really feel like I wasted my money on the game because this hands down is one of the best games. I do feel like if they made, of course it's D&D based, so I'm not going to say that. I'll save this to the end. But I do feel like this is one of the cleanest games ever made still. And I was honestly not ever even going to take off points for gameplay because I was just shit at the game. So I couldn't knock it. I was like, nah, this is still a beautiful, amazing game. But then I was like, no, I know I'm built for D&D. Man, I'm smart as hell. I know, I was getting in my head so much that I didn't even want to play my paladin. And I was like, bro, maybe I should just be a unga bunga barbarian or fighter because I'm not understanding the combo spells and everything. Oh my gosh, when I tell y'all, I turned off. I went into the zone. I loaded up Baldur's Gate today and I said, nah, I am getting out of the goblin camp. I had to pause real quick. Okay. When I tell y'all, I said, I'm getting out the goblin camp. No, I'm a beast. I'm smart as shit. I'm a strategist. I'm good with battle strategy. Come on, I got this. I scrounged the battlefield. I already won the smaller battles in the game. I can do this. I like being super charismatic. My character is like me, so I got it. I'm a pass as many of the charismatic checks as I can. But I am going to best this. I'm not going to let the game get in my head. It's just the game. It's not me. It's the game. Don't hate the game. Hate the player. I had to get in my own head. I was like, nah, you got this. Today was the day. I got on. So, already, I learned a couple strategies. You got to go into this goblin camp. You have basically, I'll say, 5 objectives. You got to save the bard because his stupid ass goes in there thinking, yeah, I'm going to go mingle with goblins, and I'm not going to spoil anything around that. You got to find the druid Halcyon because you have a certain condition. I'm not going to spoil too much about that. But then the other 3 are you have to kill 3 separate different goblin leaders, and you kill one of them, and the whole camp turns hostile on you. So it's smart to take out the other 2 before you take out the main goblin. Now, what I learned through playing was you can get one of them to go off into like a secret little. She takes you into her room. Now there's multiple different ways to do this, but I was like, you know what? I think this is the smartest. I'm gonna just take her in the room, get my party members all set up, and then we're just gonna absolutely clobber her to death. We're gonna step on her and make her a little green stain and move on. So I got that out the way, got her done. I was feeling confident that I made saves. I was like, okay, we're good. That's done. Boom. And I actually can return to the goblin camp, but I'm glad that I can't even go inside the keep. I don't even care. I don't even want to return in the keep. There's probably items I forgot. I know I had so many other interactions in there. There's so many things that I was processing over these last 2 days on how to beat the camp. I was like, I could release, there's spiders in there. There's beings. I was thinking about it. But anyways, one goblin leader down. Then, house in. We got 2 other objectives, the bard and the druid. So I saved both of them today. I did this all today. I was like, okay, let me get some other passive ones out today. Oh yeah, yesterday I also took out the other goblin leader, which is a drow lady, so not a goblin, but she was one of the leaders. Took her out. Felt really good. So this one, I'm not gonna lie, I found out that you could shoot the bridge by searching it up. So you could drop, because I was figuring out how do I kill her. You do lose her items, but I was like, you know what? I don't know any way else to beat this part. And I said, dropping the bridge on her seems really fun. So I did that. I took that approach. Now, but let me tell you, the final goblin leader in escaping the camp was insane. And oh my gosh, let me tell you. So something in my brain just clicked, man. It clicked. And I was like, no, man, I'm beating it today. Me buying this game wasn't a waste. I still want to support the creators because we need RPGs to stand out like this. I don't think they should all be turn-based D&D because that could put a lot of people off because, you know, what I like is this challenged my mind and I feel, God, I feel just so mega big old brain. My juices is flowing because I swear this game pushed me to the test in a chess game. This is like the hands down. I have beat Dark Souls like several times. All like those games aren't even difficult to me. This tested my level of difficulty, like my strategizing to another level. The use of supplies, health potions. Oh my gosh, like you don't understand. I used everything and we're about to get into that. But I think I'm gonna just sum up the final kill because the kills were easy. Those were the easy parts, and I did those in kind of unique ways. In the final leader that I fought, I set up the room with powder barrels. Now those are gonna come into play. I had 3 powder barrels, no 2, and I had one. Was it a grease barrel? Not a grease barrel. It was something that spread on the. Always think of just a regular gunpowder barrel too. So I had 3. I guess I had 3 of those. I put that by the warlock so I couldn't be hexed. Because the hex blade, you know, curse, all that, casters, you got to get the casters out the way. And sometimes you got to get the rangers out the way too. So that's what I did. I did that. Now, I could go through all the spells I used, but just know this. I had to learn how to play 4 different roles to the highest degree and roles and bonus modifiers and numbers. And because I don't have all the strong equipment. I didn't fight the guy in the beginning of the game and didn't know you can knock his sword out of his hand and like that sword can carry you through like 95% of this beginning story. I don't have any of this crazy strong equipment. I had to find my gold, sell a bunch of junk that I was picking up and get like mid-tier gear to even equip to them and stealing stuff. Like, man, I feel like I was going through the ringer, but I'm so glad on how I played the game because this shit was so rewarding after. Like right now, I'm still fucking high off this. So I put the barrel down behind the casters. I dropped you could shoot the little braziers on the ceiling that hold fire, drop them on top of people. Listen, we're clearing out that room crazy. I'm taking no time. I'm shredding those people. So now we got that. So now we kill the final leader. Now it's escape the camp. You gotta escape the camp. There's everyone is hostile now. So now what I do is I'm sneaking around the side. And I actually have the saves of those where I went, and I'm sneaking, and I was trying to find exits from the cave entrance. I found a little crawl space in the wall. I blew that up with a barrel, but I was like, oh damn, it just took me to the room that I came from. So I was like, damn, is there no underground exit or anything like this? So I'm like, you know what? No. I said, I'm gonna brace this. We're gonna be pros, and we're just gonna run through the front door. So I get as close as I can through the main keep. Like there's like a double door you gotta run through, or a double hallway, or it's a single door, hallway, door, and then the hallway out. But there's 2 doors you gotta get through at the end of the day. So me, I run. I disengage. I'm dashing. I'm dipping. I'm using everything. They have to dash to get to you to get within range. The archers really don't, but the melee people and kind of the spellcasters kind of gotta get close. I would say the rangers have more range than the spellcasters, obviously, but they had to get close. So everyone in the keep is dashing. We're running. I have what do I have with Shadowheart? I've got
I'm ready. Whatever it takes.
Oh, I had a Pass Without a Trace casted because I was sneaking around the place, but I just put on guidance. I used Bless from my guy because he's a paladin, and I just was running. So we get, the plus on the saves or whatever. I'm using everything. We get to the first door, so we're not even out to keep yet. They got archers, two sets of archers, on the top little sides or whatever, and then they got the 2 warriors in the front sitting there. I absolutely used my new weapon I picked up from the one goblin leader, and I used Lazarel, the fighter, and I just run in and I blasted 2 people in the front. Then I switched to Asterion, which is the rogue. I give him the fire barrel. I close the doors that all those enemies are rushing me from behind at, and I put the first barrel there. And I actually skipped a part. I placed a fire barrel at the first stairs. So when I ran up, they started clumping up, and I shot that with my paladin with a fire scroll and blew them to hell. But then there were just still more coming because there's like fucking 20 enemies in there. So I'm running up, and then I put the second fire barrel at the door and closed the doors. So they're running up, and they got to get up there. They have no line of sight on my characters. Then I got to deal with the 2 archers up there. So they're shooting me, hitting me, taking their turns. I'm getting low health. I got a lot of health potions from chests that I got, but it was still not enough. I don't think I even have any more health potions right now. Yeah, I have 0 health potions. Oh, one on Asterion because he almost died from poison, so I gave it to him. Bro, I'm telling you. So the 2 archers, I got to take care at least of one of them. So I get up there with Asterion. When it comes back around to his turn, I do his little rogue sneak damage, kill one of them. Then I kill one on the other side with Shadowheart. And then I just jump from the balcony because I got Featherfall on from a scroll I used earlier. So I'm like, okay. So we run. I get them all through the door. So then this is one of the first mess-ups I had. So I saved the game right there, but I couldn't get Lazarel through the door, so I reloaded the save. I was like, okay, this is tough because every enemy is hitting me, and I'm trying to just disengage and dash. When I get outside, it's even freaking crazier. But this is when the W just commences. All you need to do with this game to fast travel is you have to get out of combat. So what do you think I'm about to tell you? You think I'm about to tell you that I got out of combat when I got through the doors? No. I did not get out of combat. I get through the doors, and they got an ogre guard at the front gate. He's drunk. Everybody in the camp is drunk because they were all drinking, and it's goblins, and but they got humans among them too, and they got human casters. So they're buffing, throwing spells, trying to, I think one of them, I was going to say hold person. I got scared at one point because I thought one of them had hold person. And if y'all are D&D players, you know what hold person does. So I was like, oh, that's the end. So I thought hold person happened, but no, they were trying to snare and trap me with this little spell right here, ensnare and trap. And oh my gosh, because I seen it get cast on me. Something was trying to limit my movement speed. They were missing because of Bless and whatever other buff I threw on. I was like, oh my gosh. Now, they have so many goblins on the outside of this goblin camp. Y'all don't understand. I just seen red markers all over the place. I'm like, I just got to get everybody dashing and jumping. And I'm telling y'all right now, you can abuse, I'm so glad you can do this. You can a little bit abuse the jump feature. And I couldn't use it in a cheesy way. I was just jumping far out of the way of enemies and kind of like over enemies, but you can't. It doesn't really matter. Like I don't know how like other people would really abuse it, but I was abusing it as in like I was just spamming that shit. I mean, I guess I was just utilizing my tools. I'm dashing, I'm running. The Cyclops coming, the Goblin mages, the archers, the humans that are siding with them. Everybody's hitting. I'm healing. I'm using my turn smart. I casted a smoke bomb, or I casted what is this with Asterion? I casted fog cloud. Boom, they hit him. Fog cloud goes down immediately. Boom, they hit my guy, Yolden Relve. Bless goes off immediately. Lost concentration. I'm over here getting stressed. I'm running past the ogre and everybody. I hit a left. Now to the left, there's a ladder that goes up to a cave, there's a cave entrance, but we don't want to talk about it. It goes up to a piece of their fortified wall. Then that wall goes up, and then around there's a stone bridge. If you're playing Baldur's Gate, you'll know what I mean. So there's a stone bridge that goes across that doesn't lead to anywhere. It just stops. Now, like if you've seen my Baldur's Gate, the first video, I used the void bombs to pull them off, right? So if you can, or those first brain enemies, right? So I picked those up again because I knew they would come in handy because I was like, yo, you got to think outside the box in this game. So over this stone bridge, it's a waterfall. So what do you think I did? The smartest play. So I get everybody up there except Lazrel. She goes down to the ogre. She gets absolutely one shot. Well, I'm like, you know, my heart's hitting me in real life. I'm like, I can't. I got to go back for her. Like, I can't. I said, hell no, not right now. She either has to save her death saves or I lose her in the game right now. I can't. I don't know. I'm pretty sure you could lose companions completely because, you know, there's something with Asterion that I did funny to him, but I'm not going to spoil that. But you can lose people permanently. So I didn't know if she was going to fail her death saves. I don't know, but I was like, you know what? It's okay. I gave her a good weapon, but, you know, I'll get it back another time if she dies. I can't risk losing this run right now because this is my literal second try. So I get up the ladder. I'm climbing. I'm not even worried about combat right now. I took some pot shots with Asterion, but I'm not really hitting the stronger opponents right now. They're too far. But I hit some of the closer goblins. They went down because they got like 7 HP. I get over to the stone bridge. I'm up on the waterfall. Good. Then now I'm taking advantage of their AI. So they have to dash forward towards me. And the goblins, for some reason, started clumping up. So they got to the ridge of the waterfall, and I used a void bomb to pull them in the waterfall. They instantly died. I lost loot, but I don't care. Because the point was escaping this to progress in the game. I was still getting XP for killing them, so I don't even mind. Now, I don't know what an Oathbreaker Paladin, I don't even know what is going to happen when I go, the freaking, oh man, I don't want to spoil what happens when you Oathbreak, but this is insane. I don't know, I still don't know what's going to happen. Just a divine entity told me they would like to speak to me at the end of the night, and yeah, but, I'm just, what I'm going to say is, holy shit, this shit is crazy. So, I'm at the stone bridge. We're getting hit by their arrows too. They're hitting us. They're still hexing us because they still got mages. Everybody's starting to clump up. Cyclops is starting to make its way to the ladder, but it can't climb. And this is the fattest W ever. The Cyclops, for some reason, its AI broke. And I'm assuming it broke because it has nowhere it can jump to. Now, I don't know if it couldn't jump up to the ledge, whatever. I'm going to just tell you this. It got stuck. So it got stuck for the remainder of the battle. Wherever it was just stuck because I guess it had no way to, everywhere it would have jumped towards me would have been too small for the actual model of the thick ass ogre. What did I call it? Did I call it a Cyclops? I didn't mean that, but ogre. Everybody else is coming up, just getting ready. I got Asterion ducking behind me because a rogue, I remember from Critical Role in my D&D schema, is that if a rogue hides behind their friend or a player, they get sneak attack damage. So I was just sneaking behind my paladin and Shadowheart here, my cleric, and just taking the freaking sneak attack damage and just sniping everything that had low health because he hit super high and super hard. Let me see. Yeah, if he gets sneak attack damage, he does 7 to 24, and that's more than the goblins, the certain goblins, if they weren't the special goblins that had like 15 health. But they were still going down too because I was just getting lucky on the rolls. I was using the special arrows I had, like electric, like the arrow that split into more and hit the other enemies. I used fire. I got a grease bottle. I threw the grease on the rocks so they couldn't climb up. Man, I was using absolutely everything. everything. And then when the human fighters came, I did the void bomb again. I think I still got a void bomb. Do I still got one? Let me see. I still got one. I still got a void bomb. I was gonna use these. I used grenades. I used damn near everything, man. Everything. A lot of stuff that I wanted to keep too. A lot of this I didn't see any use for. I was thinking to use a mirror image to like cause distractions, but I don't even know. But then after I finished popping off the like 20 enemies outside, I'm on look at my characters, like, oh my gosh, I'm so grateful that I could keep them alive with just better positioning and high ground, and high ground gets you advantage. So I'm taking advantage of high ground. I'm using it. And I get to the Cyclops at the end, and boy, when I tell you the flame of just the victory, the crooked smile that started to break on my face, I'm feeling it. This feeling will not die. You guys, for me, this has challenged me because one, I'm learning to play D&D like all over again through this. I'm learning stats. I'm learning how to combo the spells. Like I can't even go into detail on how I was using their spells, using action surge with the fighter with Lazrel to take extra movements, and just the smart plays. Oh my goodness. I felt like a fucking genius because I'm like, I have to play 4 characters, and I thought I was only going to account for a goddamn paladin and the rest was going to kind of be automated. Nah, bro, I had to learn how to play it. Cleric, rogue, paladin, fighter very quickly in quick succession to even survive that. And I feel like the just compilation of how smartly I played that, it just made me feel like I'm just the most brilliant D&D player, at least in my corner. And I feel so good. I feel so good because I was really fighting myself thinking, bro, is this game above me? Like, am I actually not smart enough to play this? Like, I was fighting myself. I was like, no, bro, I got this. What am I doing? Let's get out of here, bro. Come on. Like, you got to think outside of the box. This game allows you to do a lot. Let's do it. Let's fucking do it. And I used the resources I picked up from the beginning of the game. I used just my prior knowledge from Critical Role and how invoke duplicity and all the other cleric spells and the paladin spells work, and I did what I had to do. Like, all my spells are exhausted. Look at this. I don't got lay on hands, channel oath, no spell slots. Her actions, her superiority dice, I had to learn what those were. All her shit's gone except her channel divinity. His 2 spell slots are gone because I used fog cloud. I cannot tell y'all, I am still off of being, this like made my heart so warm because I was like, bro, I am never gonna doubt myself. I was scared to pick up like I didn't play D&D with certain people who invited me through my channel because I just felt like, bro, I don't have the time. And then also I felt like, yo, what if I'm like just not good at picking it up or learning it, bro? I don't know why I doubt myself like this, bro. I literally did it. I literally overcame this, and it feels so good, bro, because I am not going to lie to y'all. First of all, for being a turn-based action RPG, but like game like that, and my first one like this, like really like this, like I've never played before, it was like this has been the most difficult game I think I've ever picked up. And to overcome that just, I know shit's about to get even crazier, but I feel like as you start getting up in levels in D&D anyways, from what I've seen, there's just cooler shit you could do, massive amounts of damage, and just more fun to be had. So I am not discouraged. I know I can overcome anything in this fucking game now, because I feel like that was one of the biggest tests. Like, if you're a beginner player playing this, I'm not going to lie. I don't even know. Like, I don't even know. You got to think outside the box, man. That tests your creativity. Like, I knew I wouldn't be able to run through the front gates of the goblin camp because there's more enemies I got to run through. And then the goblin town, like, everything's going to be aggro. There's no way I'm going to get to it. And I'm like, there's got to be a way I figure it out. Let me check out the map real quick, too. I already rescued him, so that should be gone. But I think I got to go back and maybe clear out the camps. I don't I don't exactly know. But I'm telling you right now, oh my gosh, I feel so good. I feel literally so good, so happy. And I'm telling y'all, I fought tooth and nail to scrape out of that camp, and we did it, bro. Oh my gosh. Y'all don't understand, bro. Like, how many hours does it say I have total? 25 hours. 25 hours, man. I made a whole new character. I made a fighter thinking I couldn't play a paladin. I was, nah, bro. I'm not going to let this be me. Oh, my gosh. I did it. I'm so proud of myself. I'm done. I'm out of here. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. And believe in yourself. That's the moral of all this. Believe in yourself and don't doubt yourself. And throughout the entire fight, I was telling myself, I got this. This is okay. I got it. Now we're good here. Even when I started to get nervous, I was, no, we're good. This is all right. We're good. I got this. Like, I got this. I'm smart. Let's go. I just got to get up here. I stayed so in the moment that it didn't even matter. I was in the zone. I was in the zone. I was so locked in. I was locked in. I guess this whole video is about, like, just believe in yourself and don't get discouraged. I don't know. But I'm so proud of myself. Y'all don't understand, bro. I love D&D so much in the world of it that, like, the fact that, like, I knew too, I was like, no, see, Baldur's Gate isn't like me sitting down and only really accounting for my character. Of course, you got the synergy with the other players you're going to play with, but you're really accounting for your character and your decisions and your backstory. But in this, I'm like, look at, like, I didn't want to oath break my paladin, and that's my character. I didn't care if I was using Shadowheart or them. Like, I'm using my character. I broke his oath to get out of this. Like, that hit my heart. I broke my oath to get out of this. Oh my gosh. But, like, in this, you're accounting for 4 different people, 4 different classes that I'm not even really familiar with. I only paid attention to paladin, so I knew what Ford was doing in Critical Role. Like, that's it. I'm so proud of myself. I'm so glad it's over. I don't know if I got to go back to the camp, but anything is better that just the 3 goblin leaders are dead. I will go clear out the rest of the enemies. I'll go clear out the rest of the goblins in the entire land. I don't care. Getting out that camp and finishing off a lot of those enemies was 95% of my problem. But I overcame those problems. Look how crazy my hair is. Oh my gosh. I'm out of here. Peace. Love you guys. And I was going to say that, save that stuff for the end, but it doesn't matter. I just want to say, like, Baldur's Gate is still one of the coolest games. And the thing I was going to say at the end is, if this was more like action point based and it was like Divinity Original Sin, because I'm watching my bro play it and he said it's super fun. And watching how action points are like the thing, and there's like classes, and it's like kind of like your non-D&D RPG. I feel like if Baldur Gate was like that, it would get Game of the Year, but I feel like it's going to get Game of the Year anyways. But just for people who haven't played D&D, it's a challenge for your mind. It will unlock parts of your brain that you have never used before. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad. I did that. I'm out of here. Love you guys. Peace.